He's back.
It's time for reaction. Welcome in. Old School Nerd.
Hey everybody, welcome in. It is Throwback Thursday, and not only is it Throwback Thursday, but something new just happened, and technically, it's still Throwback Thursday. Why? Because DEE SNIDER. Now, here's the thing. I know that if I say, hey girls, you want to go see DEE SNIDER play a video or see a song or listen to a song or see a video about DEE SNIDER, my kids would be like, who? But if you're a child of the 80s, you know exactly who DEE SNIDER is. Why? He was the lead singer of Twisted Sister. Now, Twisted Sister, in the realms of musicianship, is right there with Kiss. Not exactly known for their musicianship, but what they were known for was their anthem rock. We're not going to take it. You know, it's literally the song of the 80s that screamed rebellion against the man. In fact, I think if there wasn't We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister and DEE SNIDER, there would never have been an Empire Records. Damn the man, save the empire. So here's the thing. DEE SNIDER just released a brand new video with Napalm Records. The same little record company that brings you amazing songs by Ginger. Yeah. Now, why is this Throwback Thursday? Well, yeah, I know it's a new song. And yeah, they are responsible for one of the greatest rock anthems of rebellion against the machine of the industry and government of all times. But boys and girls, non-binaries, children of all ages, listen to me when I tell you this. Mr. SNIDER is actually personally responsible for giving you the music you have now. How so, you say? Well, everyone knows that Al Gore, the former vice president, was a huge proponent, and he still is, of climate change and climate science and all this other stuff. But what you guys don't know is that his wife Tipper, back in the 80s, she led the charge against rock music, rap music, and any music that dared to go against the FCC regulated terms that could not be said. If you dropped an F-bomb on in a record, yeah, she knew who you were. Yeah. And they were literally trying to pass laws to ban metal music, rap music. I mean, if it went against social constructs, if you had a theme or content that was considered against the common good or the moral structure of the country, they were going to ban you. One day, a little metal singer took his makeup off with his shaggy, teased out, exploding big blonde hair, sat down in front of a Senate chamber and testified for free speech and the music as an art form, and that art form being protected under the First Amendment of the United States. Now, in the end, we still got content advisories on albums and stuff, but at least it didn't get banned. If you've never seen footage of DEE SNIDER testifying before Congress back in the 80s to defend the right for an artist to make the music they want to make, those of you on YouTube in the United States, just letting you know now, his passionate argument cleared the way for metal music and rap to be considered an art form protected under the First Amendment. And without so, a lot of us in the United States may never have heard of Two Live Crew. The song WAP? Nope, never would have happened. Marilyn Manson? Psh, no chance. Rob Zombie? He's so dangerous looking, right? So even though you may not know who DEE SNIDER is, except for one song back in the 80s where he was wearing a little bit of weird makeup with some really fluorescent lacing on his shoulder pads. Other than that, you can be thankful that gentleman DEE SNIDER and many other artists stood their ground for their art. And for this, we say thank you, Mr. Snider. This is called I Gotta Rock Again. Now, for those who don't know, there's a song by Twisted Sister called I Wanna Rock. Rock, right? And it's one of the, We're Not Gonna Take It, I Wanna Rock. Those are their two big songs back in the 80s. So he's back again with the song I Gotta Rock. This is DEE SNIDER with Napalm Records. My name is OldSkuleNerd. Thank you for coming in. Like and subscribe. The link to this video will be in the description below. Please check it out. Check out D. He's amazing. Go to OldSkuleNerd.com. It's got all of our social media posts. We have a live stream coming tonight. 3 platforms, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at the same time. Patreon link is there for those who want to help support the channel. We appreciate all of you. We're raising money for Flags for the Fallen. It's an event we're doing this weekend. Come check us out. And the merchandise store. That was a lot to say, and I'm done talking. That's not true. I'm probably not, but we're going to shut up for now. Ooh, Napalm Records. You still should pay me for that. Why does he have the Geico caveman strapped to a lounger chair with chains? Just a question. And no, I don't think that's Jorma for Ventersea, but if it is, you can expect an amazing guitar solo. But don't worry, unfortunately, it's not. I think it's just a Geico caveman. We'll see. I don't know. I might be wrong. Yeah, that pause was for the copyright that's probably going to come down on that one. Sorry. Anybody else notice that the dude's watching a TV that's a DVD VCR? DVD VCR. If that's not a callback to Twisted Sister, I don't know what else is. Yeah, these are the things I keep track of. Sorry about it. If you're pissed off that I keep stopping the song, sorry, that's what the link in the description is for. So when you're done watching me look like a dumbass, go check it out for real. Or go check it out now and then come back. That way my jokes will make more sense. Maybe.
It would end wild and freewheeling, so damn appealing. I can't stop. It's not something that I choose, just what I gotta do. While my mind is still screaming, I can't stop. Be alive until I'm done. Gonna ride it till I'm gone. For as long as I'm breathing, won't stop till I drop. Better strap in, I'm coming in hot. Here we go, it's time to roll again. I gotta rock, I survive, being fine, gonna rock until I die. Here we go, it's time to roll again. I gotta rock, this is life, I'm gonna rock until the day that I die, yeah!
They're going through a lot of effort to save 15% or more on their car insurance. Just saying. Also, for those who are wondering, yes, DEE SNIDER is 66 years old. So in 20 years, I would be lucky to be alive, much less look as good as he does. And sound as good as he does. I mean, people don't give him enough credit. They really don't. He's one of the forgotten gods of rock. And again, like I said before, yes, he has 2 songs that are iconic, and that's about it. But his contributions to the industry and to freedoms of music as an art worldwide never look past, seriously.
There's no better feeling, like there's nothing you can't do. It's a heavy metal healing, with your questions answered and your dreams come true. Won't stop
Nice. Nice. By the way, for those who are wondering, yes, in the town where they filmed this video, the day they filmed the video, somebody went to a Walmart and said, "I'm looking for a red candle." And the people at Walmart were like, "Sorry, the guy that screams and busts through a wall back in the 80s and screams at people, yeah, he came and bought all the candles and we're not sure why." True story. Also, if you really want to find out more about Dee Snider, yeah, like I said, check out the, go on YouTube and search Dee Snider testifies. And by the time you finish typing in testify, you'll get all the results. And it's so grainy, the video, because in the 80s, really good stuff to watch. But also, people don't realize Dee Snider is an amazing super dad. So for those of us, you know, that our kids are our world, that's Dee. He's had a hard road being a dad. He's faced tragedy and triumph all the way through and done it with a strong conviction. So for those of us who know Dee Snider, not personally, but they know his story, he is an inspiration. Music is an art form to dads everywhere. And, you know, if you want to rock, he's your guy. Man, okay. He has another song, For the Love of Metal. That's awesome too. Okay, so to everyone out there, listen. He may not be the godfather of metal, but he's definitely the cool uncle. Definitely the cool uncle and the cool godfather, you know. Again, enough cannot be said for what Dee Snider has done for the legacy of music in the United States, and probably the example he set in the United States has then passed on throughout the world. I know that there are a lot of other places that didn't struggle with things the US struggled with in the 80s as far as censorship of what was deemed inappropriate by people in authority. Luckily, because of people like Dee and others like him who testified and made sure that our freedoms to enjoy rock music, rap music, any music that was outside of Barry Manilow, that's no hit to Barry Manilow. But seriously, Wayne Newton, Barry Manilow, and I think Bob Seger was like on the cusp, right? He was getting a little too far for those people. Seriously, like if you were not, you know, singing smooth jazz, they wanted to ban you. And when he dropped the F-bomb in this song, I think it was just because he could. Why? Because he fought so he could. He fought so all of we could. Bands that you grew up on, bands that you're like, oh my God, they probably would not have existed in the United States if the people in power had gotten their way. Because Tipper Gore was coming for them, man. She wanted them off the shelves. She actually wanted to shut down MTV. She was going after everybody. This guy right here, yeah. He stood in the gap like Leonidas and the 300. Leonidas with really teased out blonde hair. Yeah, and instead of a shield, he just used his nose. Sorry, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. As a guy with a big schnoz, I know the feeling, man. So, Mr. Snider, here's to you, sir. Never stop rocking. God, I hope I look as good as he does in 20 years. I'm 46 and I don't look as good as he does. How does he do it?